nice morning. Nice and still after yesterday. Got a bit windy yesterday afternoon. Oh, fed up with this kneeling down. Unhooked itself, good lad. Nice unexpected bream, didn't catch any of these yesterday. But that's a nice one. I think it's a bream anyway, looks like one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Right, let's have him back in. Go on, off you go. There you go. First fish of the day. I've been out about, must be an hour if not longer. Been very slow. But that was a nice sized bream. Slimy, as they always are. Unhooked itself, I can't fault that. I like a fish that cooperates. And straight back in the water. The only trouble with these really big ones is you have to get down on your hands and knees to get the hooks off. Oh, can't reach me rod. Oh. So, catching on the bread again. With all these different baits and only the bread seems to be doing anything. Wind's picking up. Oh, that's my mat going. Backing out there. The weather's really weird because one minute it's still sunny, warm, and suddenly it's windy, cold, but better than being at work. Oh, must be bream day today. But number 2, definitely a bit slack today. Whether it's that rainwater from yesterday, I don't know. I don't know what makes fish decide to eat one day and not the next. But speaking of eating, I'm getting a bit peckish. Time to go and get something to eat. I'm pretty sure there's one hides in that little bit of a little bay. Can't get hard to it. Well, I'll get there eventually. Just don't want to land on the bank. Something keeps having a play with it, but experimental bait, garlic and croutons. and I've just had a bite within 30 seconds of it hitting the water, so I've just chucked it back in. Let's try again. See, sometimes half the fun is just trying something new. Right, we'll try again. They only last about 3 casts and then they fall off, so you've got to make them count. We'll stick with the bread and the croutons and the sweet corn today, I think, and we'll go for luncheon meat and prawns tomorrow if the weather's fit. Well, I've just dropped my rod in while I was baiting my other rod, and ta-da! Bonus catch. That'll be the ones that were pinching my bread. Wow. So, for my last hour, I think I might have to take some line off of this. I've just put some new line on this reel. It's a new reel, and it keeps spilling off. Maybe put too much on. So for my last hour, I am going back on sweet corn just because the bread keeps falling off, and see if we can catch anything. So feel free to watch. On the other line, we have an aniseed boilie, which is the only thing that I've caught on a boilie ever, and unfortunately it came off. And let's see, I think they're all the little roach or the dace or... So tomorrow we are going to try luncheon meat and prawns, not necessarily in that order, and pop a few more boilies out on the ledger line and see what happens there. Had a modicum of success this morning. Damn thing came off, but there you go. At least we know they took the boilies. Aniseed flavoured boilies from Maltby's, I think they were, off of Amazon. Smelled really nice actually. So that's it for day 2. 2 bream, 1 tiny little roachy daisy thing out of it. As you can see, I think Storm Agnes's winds are upon us. It's becoming impossible to the float and the line are just going anywhere, and it just blew my rod over and broke the end of the tip, so now I'm really impressed. So I'm down to 1 rod, and we'll have to see what tomorrow brings, but for tonight we're off to the restaurant just over there, and we'll let you know what it's like. So until tomorrow, well, I said Wednesday, it is Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see you then. Bye. Well, hello again. It's now Thursday. We've been out all day and we've just got back in. It's about 4 o'clock and Sue's just cooking dinner. So I thought I would have a quick sneaky go on the lake. I've got the ledger out with some boilies on, aniseed boilies. They were the ones that they took yesterday. And I'm also going to do a little bit of float fishing right out here off the deck and see what we catch. I've got to be a bit careful because it's only a small rod with only 8-pound line on it. I'm only playing about for an hour or two, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll have a full day. We're still suffering a little bit from the winds from the storm yesterday. It was really bad overnight. The water level's quite high. Must have got quite a bit of rain in here overnight. And we'll see if we catch anything today, and then full day tomorrow. So stay tuned. And just for ease, I'm fishing with the pellets this afternoon. I can't be bothered getting all the different baits out, we'll save that for tomorrow. This is unbelievable. Ooh. Yes, I think they've moved on. Really annoying. I've got a feeling they've just moved down a bit, so I've just cast a bit further down and chucked a few more pellets out. Let's see if we can entice them back. There were two swirling around just down below me. I'll keep an eye out, they might come back. I'm just going to conserve my battery, so I'll pop it back on if I catch one. Now you're precariously close to the edge of the platform, so if you fall into the water it's not my fault. Now I think what the problem has been, I hadn't noticed, but the hook had ridden all the way around on the pellet. There was only just a little bit of the hook point showing. So obviously trying to get up back in there. I'm on the platform now, by the way. Trying to get near these reeds without going in them. Oh. Not quite where they were. I'm determined to have this fish one way or the other. So I'm down there now, look, I don't know if you can see. Chuck some more pellets in, hopefully to keep them interested, but it's a little bit further down than where they were. So hopefully they'll come down a bit. All being well, they're all around here, I can see them swirling around. All being well, if I grab it this time, I'm having him. Got a lot more hook showing now. I hadn't noticed the hook had slid through the band, and it was only just showing a little bit of bottom of the hook. So I was catching it, but there wasn't enough obviously to hold onto the fish. So that was my third time lucky. I don't know if I'm going to get a fourth time. I'd be really surprised if I do. Nope, but it's moving, it's gone. Can you see? We might just be in luck. And then the next break will be, will the rod hold up? Comes a bit of ripply movement around it. Nothing on the top now then. I'm casting into the wind. If I try and take it out, cast it further, it'll probably just blow back. It's spot where it needs to be, on the edge. It'd be disappointing not to get one there after all that excitement. So, lesson learned, make sure your hook is set properly before you cast. Each time. They're up at the other side of that reed. Well, having mega problems with the camera tonight. I'm just chatting away to you merrily and I think the battery went flat and I didn't notice. We was watching that float down the other end and I was just about to say I think I'm going to call it a day when it went straight under and it was massive. I couldn't pull on it and then I pulled out the biggest piece of bin liner you've ever seen. That is nothing short of shameful. So look, I think I've got about half an hour before it gets too dark to fish, so I'm going to go and put this in the bin and I'll come back and I'm going to go back to the other side where I was fishing originally because the ducks had now departed. So give me 2 seconds. I'm switching it off again because the batteries seem to be going flat like that. I think my batteries are all depleted, not charging up anymore. It's time for a new camera. Just come back in front of the lodge because I think they've reappeared. So I'm going to be very quiet and see what happens. Oh, there he is. Now we've got him. Oh, he's off again. Obviously not quite getting into the fish. Back in, and already they're having to go at it again. So, if I catch another one, I'm going to have to put you down a minute while I just make sure I've got him on. I've never seen a float move around as much. Nearly. It's time for a little bit more. Oh, the anticipation's killing me. And my arms are about to drop off. I know where to cast tomorrow night. Right up under these reeds, look. Dare I move it? popped a few more pellets in because I just want to try and keep them interested. Right, sort of set myself back up again. Light's failing, not been fishing for much longer. So I'm back sort of in front of those reeds. There's a bit of swirling going off. Might catch something. On this other side I've had to recast out. I've dropped the ledger right next to the lily pads, but I've got a sneaky suspicion the hook's actually on a lily. So I'm probably, because it's gone very, very tight, and I think I'm probably hooked up on the lily pad itself, so that's probably screwed that up for the night as well. So we'll leave it a bit and see what happens. It might just be quite tight underneath, or I'm caught on a lily underneath, who knows. I popped a pop-up on that, a strawberry pop-up. Another newbie, I've not tried them before, so I'm trying pop-ups and hair rigs for the first time. There is a little bit of swirling around these reeds. I keep chucking a little bit of bait in, a few pellets, just to see if I can attract some attention. There is a little bit of slight swirling going off. I think there's something down there underneath. Nothing as violent as last time. No, look, they are. They're further up. I need to bring them in a bit. I mean, today wasn't really a fishing day. This was a day out day, so if I don't catch anything, I'm not overly upset because I didn't mean to. But if I could just pop one in the net before it goes dark, I also wouldn't be complaining. Now then, is it worth going that way or this way? I think I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to try over on this side. What can we lose? I have a sneaky suspicion there might be some hiding over here. I've not seen any. Now the good thing is, if you are hiring one of the lodges actually sat on Foundry Lake or on Heron Lake, then you are allowed to fish all night, whereas people that are in the other lodges that aren't actually sat on a lake have to finish, I think it's 5:30, which is a bit naughty in summer. I mean, you could fish until like 9 o'clock or something before the sun goes down. Whether it's so that the people in the lodges get like unbridled access to the fish, I don't know, but it's fairly quiet anyway. I mean, there's hardly been anybody on. They're all around the other side. I mean, the good thing is there's absolutely nobody on this side of the lake apart from 2 lodges. All the people that buy day tickets are all sat on the opposite side, sort of clustered together. Not one for sticking to my guns, I suddenly decided that I was going to change my mind and try to get somewhere over in that area where that like a little bit of a bay is, because there's been one rolling there every night. Can't quite get cast into it, but that's close enough, so I'm going to try there for a few minutes and see if anything happens. I don't know if you can see now because it's getting so dark, but I'm just having a few nibbles out in the middle of the lake. I'm just watching now for where the ripples pop up on the water and dropping it in on top of the heads. Probably not the best strategy, but nudged it around a bit. Oh, see that big swirl? Now there's stuff around there. Got to wait and see if they bite, as they say. Come on, just one fish before I go to bed, that's all I'm asking. Come on, come on, come on, come on, take it, take it. I'm not striking. Got a fish in here I've never heard of before. IDE, is that pronounced Ide or Ida? Or apparently some other hybrid type crossbreed thing that's been introduced. Carnivorous, I believe. I don't know, I've never heard of that one before, ever. Oh, sorry about that, I just had to have a chat to my grandchildren who just called me on the phone, and it's now gone absolutely pitch black now, so it's definitely time to go in. I missed all those fish, It actually went down while I was talking to the grandchildren. That's sod's law, isn't it? So I'm just going to pull this one in. I'm going to strike this time, you know, because the last 2 times I pulled this boilie and it's had a fish on the end, and because I knew, because the line started swimming the wrong way, and but then it dropped off. So I really need to strike this time before I do anything else. Make sure that if there is one on there, I've got it. So we'll just try it. Oh, no, there's nothing on there. So we'll pull this one in too, and we'll come back tomorrow, reconvene. Talk to you later. Bye.